Your car battery should last at least 8 years, but here's the ugly truth. Nearly 70% of batteries on the road die early because of bad brands, bad tiers, or simple misuse. So stay with me because today I'm breaking down 5 battery brands or types to avoid, and 7 that regularly last 5+ years. And at the end, I'll reveal the one everyday habit that can destroy any battery, even the expensive best ones. Let's start with the brands to avoid. 5 battery brands to avoid. Number 5. Budget store brands. You know the ones, random names, no real brand history, no reputation, just a price tag that looks too good to pass up. And that's exactly the trap. Most of these are white label batteries. One factory makes them, then different stores slap different labels on top. So today, it's one name, tomorrow it's another, but the guts are often the same low-quality build. What do you usually get? Thin lead plates, low reserve capacity, and weak cold cranking power. Translation: it struggles from day one, and then it drops off fast. In hot climates especially, these can fail in under 2 years, sometimes even sooner. Now compare that to higher-rated batteries tested by Consumer Reports. Some score in the high 80s and 90s. For example, the Dural Platinum AGM scored around 90. That's the kind of battery built to last. Most cheap store brands don't come close. But the biggest issue is inconsistency. One might last 2 years, another dies in 8 months. You're gambling every time. And when your car won't start in the morning, that cheap battery suddenly gets real expensive. And the next one, it's even worse. Number 4. Everstart value line. A lot of people mess this up before they even buy it. They walk into Walmart, see Everstart, and assume they're getting the same battery everyone recommends. But Everstart is split into tiers. Value is the lowest. It sits below Plus, Max, and Platinum, meaning it's built for basic use only, older cars, light driving, minimal electronics. Here's what most people don't realize. Modern cars need more power than ever. Screens, sensors, modules, and even when the car is off, it's still sipping power. The value line isn't designed for that, so what happens? It gets drained deeper than it should, then struggles to recover, and over time it loses strength way faster than you expected. And there's another problem. Lower-tier batteries often use simpler internal designs to keep costs down. But that also means they handle heat and vibration worse. And heat is one of the fastest ways to kill a battery. That's why in hotter regions, these tend to fade early. Now compare that to something like the Everstart Platinum, AGM H5, totally different level of performance and durability. Same brand named, completely different battery, so the mistake here isn't Everstart, it's picking the wrong tier. And next, we're getting into a name that used to stand for quality. Number 3, older die-hard models. This one surprises people because die-hard used to mean one thing, reliability. Years ago, these batteries had a reputation for lasting. But after Sears declined and the brand got sold off, that's when inconsistency started creeping in. To be clear, not all die-hard batteries are bad, but the older and lower tier models are where most problems show up, like die-hard red entry, level line older die-hard gold models, especially premium versions, rebranded standard flooded versions sold through different retailers. They often look solid on the outside. The name still feels trustworthy, but internally, they don't match the old reputation. Here's the issue. Many of these use older flooded battery tech, more sensitive to heat, vibration, and deep discharge. Over time, they lose capacity faster, especially with daily driving. So instead of lasting 4 to 5 years, you might see issues much earlier. Now, fair is fair. Newer die-hard models have improved. For example, the die-hard Platinum AGM 35 scored around 86 in Consumer Reports testing. So the brand still has strong options, but don't buy die-hard on the name alone. You have to know which version you're actually getting. And the next brand has an even bigger reputation problem. Number 2, some Exide batteries. Exide is one of those brands people recommend without asking questions. You'll hear, just get an Exide, but that advice is way too broad, because Exide makes very different batteries under the same name. The entry-level ones are usually the most common. Basic flooded batteries you'll find in small shops or as quick roadside replacements. They're built to be affordable and easy to install, but here's where they fall short. They're not designed for long-term use in modern cars. Today's vehicles have more electronics, more sensors, and more power demand, even when parked. A basic battery like this gets worn out faster trying to keep up. And pay attention to how they age. Instead of years of stable performance, many drivers notice a slow drop after year 1. It starts acting unpredictable. Some days it's fine, other days the engine cranks slower for no clear reason. That's not normal. That's a warning sign. And here's the real reason so many people end up with them. These are often sold as emergency replacements. Your car won't start. You want something fast. You don't compare specs, you just take what's available. Exide does make stronger batteries, but the lower-end versions are built for convenience, not durability, so they land near the top of this list. Now the next one is the fastest way to waste money. Quick favor, if this is saving you from a bad purchase, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who always buys the cheapest battery. Number 1, cheap no-name batteries. These don't even have a real brand behind them. No history, no support, no reliable way to track where they were made. You'll see them in small roadside shops, jump, start emergencies, and ultra-cheap online listings, and they all promise the same thing, works just like the big brands, but it doesn't. The biggest problem is standards. Known brands follow strict production rules, they test, they control quality. With no-name batteries, that process is often missing or wildly inconsistent. So you might get one that works today and fails without warning tomorrow. Another issue, false ratings. Some claim high power numbers on the label, but in real life they don't deliver, especially on cold mornings or after the car sits overnight. And the warranty, usually short or not honored at all. If it dies, you're on your own. Worst of all, many use low-grade or even used internal materials. That means faster wear, poor charging, and a much shorter lifespan. So instead of saving money, you end up buying battery after battery after battery. It's not a bargain, it's a cycle. Now that you've seen the worst offenders, let's switch gears. 7 battery brands that actually last 5+ years. Number 7. EverStart Max. This is where things flip, because earlier we talked about EverStart Value as one to avoid. This, completely different story. EverStart Max is Walmart's mid-high tier, and tons of drivers keep coming back to it. Honestly, I'd bet a lot of you watching already have one in your car. Check the comments and you'll see what I mean. So what makes it different? First, higher starting power. Many models push around 700 to 850 cca. So your car starts strong even after sitting overnight. Second, a longer warranty, usually around 3 years free replacement. That tells you it's built with more confidence than the lower tiers. But what really matters is real-world use, stop-and-go traffic, short trips, electronics, heat, vibration. This battery handles that better than the basic options. Stronger internals, holds charge longer, recovers faster after starts, and doesn't fall apart if the car sits a few days. People don't just buy it once, they replace it with the same thing. One driver said they got 8 years out of a Max. Others report 5+ years consistently across multiple cars. Now, if you want to unlock even more life out of any battery, there's one thing mechanics do that most drivers never hear about. I showed exactly what it is in the video above. What every mechanic does with the battery, but will never tell you. Click the link below to see it. Number 6. AC Delco Gold or Professional. This isn't just another aftermarket Its brand, AC Delco, is tied directly to General Motors, which means these batteries are built to match what many cars come with from the factory. That matters because factory-level parts are designed to fit right, work right, and last under normal driving. The gold and professional lines hit the sweet spot. Not the cheapest, not the most expensive, just well balanced. Stable power delivery, strong construction, and good performance across climates. They're not flashy, they just worked and keep working. And here's something specific. If you drive cars like BMW, Mercedes, Benz, Audi, Porsche, Cadillac, Chevrolet, GMC, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep, the AC Delco 49 AGM is one to pay attention to. It's built for larger engines and higher electrical demand, so it's not constantly being pushed past its limits. That's why it stays stable year after year. You're not just buying a battery, you're matching your car with what it actually needs. Number 5. Bosch batteries. Bosch is one of those brands people don't hype up enough, but it quietly delivers. They've been around forever, and they're known for precision engineering. That same mindset shows up in their batteries, not built to be the cheapest, built to be balanced. Good power, good lifespan, and steady performance over time. What stands out is consistency. You don't get random weak starts. You don't get sudden drops after a few months. It just does its job every day without drama. Bosch also focuses on strong plate construction, better vibration resistance, and controlled power output. So rough roads and stop-hand, go driving, don't throw it off. And if you drive a European car, BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, Bosch often makes even more sense because the design matches the electrical demands better. That's why people who switch to Bosch usually stick with it. Now the next brand is everywhere, and there's a reason. Number 4. Interstate batteries. Interstate is built around one thing: reliability you can count on. Not flashy, dependable. The kind of battery you stop thinking about because it keeps starting your car every morning. One standout example is the Interstate MTX 47/H5 AGM, which scored 91 in Consumer Reports. That's not marketing, that's real performance and durability. These are especially good for vehicles that need more power: trucks, SUV, and cars packed with electronics. Strong starting power, stable output, plus resistance to vibration and heat, which helps in real-world driving. Another big advantage: availability and support. Replacement is easy, and you know what you're getting. No guessing, no roulette. Many drivers report 5 to 7 years of reliable use with these AGM models. Now we're stepping into premium territory. Number 3. Die Hard Platinum AGM. This is where Die Hard truly shines today. The Platinum AGM line is the upgraded version of the brand. Strong starting power, excellent durability, and consistent performance across conditions. A great example is the Die Hard Platinum AGM 5 AGM, which earned a 91 score in Consumer Reports. AGM technology, absorbent glass mat, makes it more resistant to vibration and better at holding a charge, so your car starts reliably after sitting, and it handles extreme weather better. It's also ideal for vehicles with higher electrical demand: SUV, trucks, modern cars loaded with modules and systems. And unlike standard flooded batteries, AGM models tend to hold their strength longer. Plenty of drivers report 5+ years of trouble-free use. This is the type of battery you install and then forget about because it just performs. Now we're in the top-tier zone, where people argue about what's truly best. Number 2, Odyssey batteries. Odyssey doesn't just talk, it backs it up. The Odyssey Performance AGM 94RH7 scored an insane 94 in Consumer Reports, one of the best ratings out there. And the only battery that scored higher was X2 Power Premium AGM at 95. That score reflects what you feel in real life: extreme durability, high starting power, and long-term reliability. Odyssey stands out with premium construction, thicker plates, tougher internals, and AGM design that can handle deeper discharges without sacrificing lifespan. Perfect for trucks, SUV, and vehicles with heavy electrical loads. Some people confuse Odyssey with other premium options like Optima, and I get it. But Odyssey usually wins on sheer longevity and reserve capacity. Real world track record. Drivers consistently report 5 to 8 years with very few issues. And finally, number one, Optima Red Top or Yellow Top Optima is famous for durability, power, and a design that's just different. Their Red Top and Yellow Top use spiral cell technology, which helps them handle vibration way better than traditional lead-acid batteries. Great for trucks, off-road vehicles, and rough conditions. Red Top is built for high starting power, strong burst to crank bigger engines. Yellow Top is deep cycle built for repeated discharges and heavy accessories like winches, audio systems, and add-ons. And when it comes to lifespan, many drivers report 5 to 10 years of trouble-free use. Optima also handles extremes, heat, cold, rough roads without degrading as fast. That's why Optima and Odyssey are always debated at the top. Both are elite, but Optima is the go-to when vibration resistance and heavy-duty performance matter most. Now, like I promised here, are the mistakes that kill any battery. The mistakes that destroy any battery. Number 1. Letting your car sit unused too long. When a car sits for weeks or months, the battery slowly loses charge. Over time, that can damage internal plates and shorten lifespan. Even premium batteries like Optima or Odyssey can weaken if they sit dead too long. Number 2. A bad alternator. If your alternator isn't charging correctly, the battery gets undercharged or overworked, and it fails early. A weak alternator stresses every battery, no matter the brand. Number 3. Corroded terminals. Corrosion blocks electrical flow. Even a top-rated battery will struggle if the terminals are dirty or oxidized. Clean them regularly, and you'll prevent a lot of mystery, no-start mornings. Number 4. Only driving short trips a few minutes at a time doesn't let the battery fully recharge. Over time, it slowly loses capacity. Even an EverStart Max or AC Delco 49 AGM can weaken if it never gets a full charge cycle. And here's the scary part. Even the best battery can die early if you're making one simple mistake every day. Mechanics know it. Most drivers don't. Click the link below to uncover the battery tricks mechanics don't want you to know and stop getting stranded.